Situation. There's no other way that I can say it other than to say that it is a situation. Looks like Mike is a little hot. Let's go ahead and adjust a few things. How is the audio set up for me right now? How are we doing? We are live with the main event for my contribution to the Giant Bomb Community Endurance Run. How are we doing today, everyone? Ladies, gentlemen, and those that possibly identify as neither, how are we doing today? We got 0 viewers because we are not on the main chat right now. Again, just want to see the possible situation with the microphone. So give me a minute as before we move into the main event, like I said. How is the microphone right now before we do anything with the video game? Because this game is loud. This game is very loud. Audio check. I'm going to be on both Giant Bomb chat as without hearing the game. Well, it's weird because if you're saying that the microphone is not easy to hear, if it's soft, that is important for me to know because this game is loud. This game is loud. So I'll boost it up a little bit. And then we'll start the main event. Final Fantasy XIII-2 is one of those weird games that opens with a launcher with settings. It has screen settings, resolutions, that's fine, sound settings. So we could play in Japanese, but I like to know what I'm doing. We have the anti-aliasing option. We set that a little lower than what I would normally play, in large part because I want to be able to stream and play a game. But this is the thing with Square-Enix games, and this is always a setting, and it always, I don't know what to do, is I have the options of selecting my shadow resolution, like actually by the pixel. So currently we're going to go by the default, which is 1024 by 1024. I have been told that is the thing to mess around with versus the resolution if things start to get a little framey, okay? So let's jump into it. How are we all doing today, for those that are joining me? We're going to skip through this introductory cutscene. Yep, now I'm talking over game audio. How do I sound now? Are we all good? Is this all good? People in the chat, how we doing? Chat. Test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Peter packed a piping pack of pickled peppers. We good? Are we good? Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything else in this room is mute. And then we will go ahead. Nope, no, wait. That is the wrong button to hit. Nope. Let's go ahead and go to the menu screen. I have maybe one save file where we just have the game. We're not going to continue that because I got a lot of stuff I want to show you. Let me go ahead and send a message to Gino. I've got to tell him that we're about to watch the intro cutscene. Give me a minute. It sounds like game audio is at least loud for me just listening to it, so I have no idea if I am able to talk over this or I'm not. So, give me a minute as I tinker around with a few things. If the audio completely stops, it's because, unfortunately, I am playing on a laptop. Now, a pretty good laptop. I love this laptop, but it also means I can't do a dual screen mode. So, actually, if you hear the keyboard, there's nothing I can do to stop that. That is the keyboard for the... So, I have a pretty duct tape and bubblegum setup right now. I have my notebook set up to the right. And this is the one that... Oh, Jesus, I don't want to watch this. Nope. Nope, please do not play the intro cutscene, please. Nope. Nope. No, no, no. Don't do that. Do not do that, game. I hate games that do that. So, I'm just going to open up the beginner's primer so that it doesn't do that. Oh, geez, I was told not to do this because this has spoilers. Hey y'all, do you remember? Wait a minute. No, wait. Is this what I think it is? Is this just written journal entries about Final Fantasy XIII-2? Because maybe I forgot all of the wonderful storytelling of Final Fantasy XIII-2. Are you kidding me?
A utopia in the sky. The populace live a life of ease under the protection of almost godlike beings.
This is 13.
The lower world.
Why are the cutscenes so small? Why is it through like a prism? It looks like one of those kaleidoscopes that you make when you're in kindergarten. Why am I not just looking at the normal cutscenes?
The governing body, known as the Sanctum, announces that
dude, what?
Are now contaminated. The purge is enacted. Legislation that requires
what is this?
From the affected area to be forcibly relocated to Pulse.
Do you know what this reminds me of? For those 2 or 3 of you that are here, this reminds me of the. Do you remember when you bought Advent Children because you thought it was going to be a good movie? Why is the font so small? That is a great question. Why is it so small? Why is it just like? Why is 90% of the screen just complete garbage?
A middle-aged man with his own purpose. She makes her way towards the structure where the Pulse Fal'Cie was found.
So, Dixavid, when you say the font is hard to read, do you mean the stuff to the side on my banner, or do you mean the game? Because I can fix the fonts for the schedule and stuff. Oh, you meant the game. Yeah, I know. Like, why would you do this? Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember? Oh, wait. Do I have to click down in order to read? This is such a weird thing. Do you remember when you bought Advent Children and Square-Enix thought you were a dummy and included all of the cutscenes in the promotional stuff? Like, it came with the movie Advent Children, and then it came with a disc that had all of the cutscenes from Final Fantasy VII just stuck together.
Hope and Vanille. There, the 5 discover a bewildered Sarah, only to witness her transformation into crystal. Lightning, driven by rage.
Like, who plays Final Fantasy XIII-2 without playing Final Fantasy XIII? Who is this person? And then who is this person who is now watching this and now understands the circumstances surrounding Final Fantasy XIII? This is a horrible way to teach Final Fantasy XIII.
The battle with the Pulse entity changes the destiny of the 5 new companions forever.
I think this is the last one. I literally cannot handle this. Like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around who designed this, who thought this was a good idea, like, this is great presentation.
Are doomed to become mindless monsters. Their master is an
I mean, I am not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy XIII, but it deserves better than this.
Into depression, only Snow retains a positive outlook. He believes that Sarah's last wish for them.
And who is this narrator? Why couldn't it be? Why couldn't it just be like Lightning reading her diary, or? And why are the cutscenes so small? Why is it just this little prism? Wow. Well, you know what? I almost want to watch the last chapter and see how this game explains what happened in the ending of Final Fantasy XIII.
Over the mighty
Yep.
But in doing so, awaken Orphan.
Who is Orphan?
The Fal'Cie who keeps Cocoon
Okay.
aloft. Their first battle with Orphan ends in
That's when
failure.
everyone turns into a Fal'Cie, right?
Sheer force of their
Or
belief,
l'Cie.
the six rise to fight again.
And it's never explained how they accomplish that.
Miracles happen, and the strength to change their fate.
Uh-huh.
Awakened to the power within them, the l'Cie achieve the impossible and defeat Orphan. At
Yep.
the moment of the Fal'Cie's death, Cocoon begins to plummet towards Grand Pulse. Then a miracle.
Which I want to point out, the game Final Fantasy XIII doesn't really make it clear why the planet's falling to Grand Pulse and why
The dust settles.
everything's kind of like becoming the apocalypse. It's just, oh, it's the apocalypse right now.
Smiling face.
Yeah, because what I remember from the end of Final Fantasy XIII, it was Lightning's smiling face. It wasn't Saz reuniting with his child. It wasn't... What? Oh... Orphan... I don't know. I think the first battle with Barthandelus is way worse than the Orphan battle, because the first battle against Barthandelus is one of the worst things outside of maybe Unalesca in Final Fantasy X. So, Dixavid, you said, oh, Orphan, the absolute worst Final Fantasy boss fight in all of Final Fantasy. I mean, do you mean, like, in terms of design? Because I agree, the design for Orphan is god-awful, but, like... Are we talking about the actual gameplay of the battle? Because that's a different case, because I feel like the battle against Unalesca in OK is 10 times worse. Alright, let's go ahead. I'm going to get the clickety-clack keyboard out because I need to go ahead and pull up my Pencils of Promise page so as that I can use this as a reference. Probably will not be able to update these goals because for some reason it's not working once I start the stream. I tried. I really did try. So right now we are at $2,135. And we got to do something with my phone right now. So let me go ahead. We're going to be playing this game for 13 hours. Probably, because I have never raised less than $500, so we will probably raise the amount. For those that don't know, as you can see in the promotional banner to the side, one of the fun donation incentives that you can do is Make Me Eat. And I have assurances from Gino that the foods that I am going to eat are all healthy, all fun, and good for me. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and get the first one. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing of ice cream. All right, so this one came with high recommendations from Gino. Oh God, I swear I thought that by selecting the difficulty settings, it would not I would not have to worry about this. So this comes from Gino, and it is a small carton of ice cream. Now I'm not super confident about streaming my face, so I'm sorry if this doesn't exactly make for the best content. But I'm going to be eating a bowl of Jenny's ice cream. Now that is an organic ice cream label. And awesome, I just dropped my spoonful on my microphone. Great, this is off to an awesome start. Give me a minute. Oh, this is a mess. Oh, I'm a nightmare person. Oh, I hate this is bad. Okay. Almost as bad as when I was playing Final Fantasy VIII and I spilled Vienna sausages all over me. So let's just go ahead and eat this ice cream. It is brown butter plus peanut brittle. Wow, that's good. Wow, that's really good. Like, it's very soft. The brittle part isn't hard, because sometimes when I get the more brittle, like, ice creams, they just put in chunks of peanut brittle, and then you just gotta chew on basically rocks. This is on point. This is good stuff. All right. That was good. All right. So, that was my first food item that I'm now promised to eat. We are now committed to eating all the way up to the 80% goal, so I'm going to have to eat up to the raw radish challenge. I actually need to do the math for this because I need to figure it out. Like, I need to figure out which ones I'm not right now obligated to do. So at $2,135, I'm currently at 500. I'm currently at 85% of my goal. So I have to actually not only eat the raw radish, I now have reached the point where I need to eat a raw beet, uncooked. Just peel off an edge, peel off an edge, peel off an edge, take a bite out of that raw radish as if it's an apple. Okay, I need to put this ice cream back. Now, so we're going to do the logical thing. I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to say, okay, Google. No, I don't want assistance. I agree. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. It's not working. It's asking me to do a voice recognition. Okay, Google. Seriously? You're not going to do this? No, no. Oh, God. Okay, Google. Set an alarm for 1 hour from now.
Okay, 11:08 a.m.
Okay.
Setting your alarm.
So when this alarm goes off, I now need to eat my second item on my list. I really should have just typed that. Which is going to be eating a raw bell pepper with hummus. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not excited about that because I'm not the biggest fan of raw bell peppers. I'm probably just going to do the champion thing and I'm going to bite into that raw bell pepper like I'm an Iron Chef. All right, it's time. So Dixavid will probably give more details about this, but the other promise that I have for the donation incentives is when you design, or I'm sorry, when you donate using the link that I will provide in a little bit, when you donate to that link and you include the words Power of Positivity, which I stole from the New Day at WWE, I will be forced to match your dollar amount, match the dollar amount with which you donate, with that number of minutes that I need to talk nothing but positivity about Final Fantasy XIII-2. Now, we're going to start this after the first cutscene because I just can't. I did a test stream and I watched half of the intro cutscene and it's not, we're going to play that timer after that. But right now, thanks to Dixavid and I think one other person, I am now fully committed to 2 whole hours of me being nothing but positive, saying nothing but positive things about Final Fantasy XIII-2. 2 hours. 2 hours of my 13 hours. Now, if you want me to be nothing but positive for the entirety of the event, do a donation. $75, fully funds an educational opportunity at Pencils of Promise, which trains teachers, send kids to school, provides resources for those schools, and gives access to clean water in affected communities in Laos, Guatemala, and Ghana. 100% of your donation, if you promise to hold the processing fees, will go to their charity, not the pay of their CEOs or their employees. Your donations go to their educational opportunities. Any amount works. Any amount is good. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, I believe it is time. It's time for us to watch the opening cutscene of Final Fantasy XIII-2. Are you ready? Because I sure as hell ain't. Alright. Let me go ahead and drop the link in Giant Bomb chat. Oops. Again, sorry for the clickety-clack. Dixavid, if you could go to Gino's chat and tell him that I really like the ice cream, I think that would be good. I just need someone to tell him that I like the ice cream. He wanted updates about what I liked and did not like. Alright, so we're gonna hit new game. We're gonna go with normal because I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I'm not a poser. I'm here to game. And also, this can be changed at any time. I literally don't know what the difference is between normal and easy mode. So, if someone in chat wants to enlighten me, that would be great. Alright, we're just gonna start new. As Dixavid in my Twitch chat will attest, you're not ready for the intro cutscene to Final Fantasy XIII-2. It is... You're not ready. You're not prepared. This thing is a thing. It happens. And, it exists, and it cannot unexist. Will automatically save. Okay, sure. I actually like the autosave feature in Final Fantasy XIII-2.
That time was lost, yet time continued onward.
Okay. Alright, here's a bunch of random images of buildings and things that don't make any sense.
To your rest. I will stand guard over your legacy.
Divine Etro, who? What? That sounds like lightning, but for some reason she's in like a battle bikini for reasons. As if her previous outfit weren't exploitatively revealing. Also, why is she wearing just armor? What happened to the plasticine armor from before?
Valhalla.
Wait, what?
The currents of time do not touch its shores.
I guess now we've gone from Final Fantasy XIII to XIII-2 now being the land of space Vikings.
In this world of lost moments, I begin my life anew.
Wait, aren't you already like 20 years old? Have you somehow relived your life? Hey, it's the Purple Power Ranger. Doing his best Aerith impression. Or she's doing the Aerith impression. If you want to get rid of a body in the ocean, you're going to have to go deeper than that. Or just hope that the magic takes her away, I guess. No, that's Jewel. Whoever said Yule is a vape thing, it's Jewel. Okay, so he puts a body in the water and then suddenly all the monsters attack?
Warrior goddess. Now we cross swords.
What is going on? So, Lightning is in a Space Viking Valkyrie armor and can now command the animals of Grand Pulse to fight for her?
Lose yourself in battle and rejoice.
What? Who are you? Why are the Shiva sisters just, like, being used without...
Embrace the terror.
Wasn't Snow supposed to have command of the Shiva sisters? Why are they just, like, randomly out and about?
Husk of the wandering comet. I summon
Wait,
thee.
isn't... Oh, I have to get ready, because this cutscene also has QuickTime events. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, there are QuickTime events in this game. Yep. Purple space laser that shoots into the sky, causing a cataclysmic event that can place the lives of thousands of people at risk. Sounds like we're watching a Marvel movie. But it's not. It's a Final Fantasy game. I like the voice of Caius as well. I just think that his design is a little dumb. His name is Caius Ballad! His name is literally Caius Ballad? Someone wrote that as a name and thought, man, I am good at my job.
Impressive.
That is almost as bad as
Save it.
Star Ocean Fate Line God. Oh, snap. Now I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready for my QuickTime events. Yeah, if you come to Shindig PSC, dumb design is what I come to Square for. Yes, I agree.
Enough.
But I feel like the Tatsuya Nomura dumb design is just different renditions of the same dumb design 18 million times, and so the novelty of it is starting to wear thin. Like, look back at... Okay, so apparently, is he the evil demon monster, or did he summon the evil demon monster? You know, Lightning, you can summon Odin. Like, that's a thing you can do. Like, Odin doesn't need to be just a horse, right? You realize that, right? He turned into Chaos Bahamut. Again, I cannot preface enough that this is the god Odin, and she's only using Odin to ride as a horse. Like, she can summon Odin. She can turn that into the actual Odin that fights for you. Let's take the tutorial. Aw, man. Back to the ATB meter. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, wait, it's an ATB meter? Say what? Yep, we can use WASD or arrow keys. Yep. Yep.
Forgotten
Yeah.
time, be reborn.
What are you even saying? Forgotten time, be reborn? Oh, I forgot to actually select the enemy.
Can you handle this?
So, Dixavid is saying, this is Valhalla, ZP. Maybe Odin's powers are different, like Superman or Krypton. Maybe. I'm just saying, she could say, hey, Odin, can you actually do your stuff? And where did the Shiva sisters go? They were in the battle, and then he, like, throws the Shiva sisters to the side, and they just disappeared. Or how about that army of, like, Grand Pulsian, like, animals that she was commanding at will? What happened to them? I think we have a quick time event coming up. Because when I think of Final Fantasy games, like what Final Fantasy games should include in like to modernize Final Fantasy, I think of quick time events. I mean, this is super cool to look at. It's just, I think I got it 4 or 5 turns ago. Oh, Jesus. I almost died there. Wouldn't that have been funny had I died on the first battle? That was a horrible sound effect. That pew-pew sound when we do snipe. That's a horrible sound effect. I like the gun sound from Final Fantasy XIII. How is the video quality? Is it framey or hitchy? Or is it basically okay? How do I sound with the game audio? Does the balance, is the microphone low? Is the game audio too loud? Because we're barely like 1 hour in it. All good? All good. Okay. Whoa, hey, so we got a cinematic action. Okay, up. I hate that it uses the arrow for enter, but it doesn't say enter. Because it will say shift, but it's not going to say enter for that button prop. Okay, and... yeah, so that was just two cinematic QuickTime events for something that is a bunch of stuff. So now we have the normal Odin. And again, I'm not okay with this armor situation for Lightning. I get that she's supposed to be a Valkyrie, but like making her wear basically a battle bikini is kind of not cool. And for those that don't know, this seems like it's going to be an awesome battle, but it really isn't. Okay. Oh, I gotta hit X. So what should be an awesome first boss battle, like a legitimate boss battle, is just a series of QuickTime events, because Square-Enix was like, hey, maybe we need to learn some concepts from Western game design to make our games basically modernize and not fall to the wayside as games move into one direction and we stay the same. So they decided, why don't we use QuickTime events? But we won't call them QuickTime events, we'll call them cinematic actions. Okay, so there's the first introduction that there's some sort of time manipulation right now. Because he's paused all of this debris into the air. And he's like pulling a Doctor Strange.
So you want to destroy everything?
Destroy what? Okay, and X. I'm gonna attack. Yep, I did a good thing. I hit the attack button, and he took damage. Okay, back. Damn it! He blocked my gun. Okay, so here's my biggest problem with these QuickTime events. They are not prominently enough displayed, and then also when we are in this kind of dreamscape time filter, it's really hard to tell what you're doing. It's really hard for me to discern what are the button prompts and... like, look at that button prompt in comparison to all of the garbage that's on the screen. And I don't mean that as like, I just mean that as a general term. Look at how small that button prompt was, and look at how blurry and smeary the rest of the screen is. Oh, damn it! Ugh. I hit enter instead of backspace. I gotta get good. I have to get good. Yeah, Caius spends what, like 90% of this cutscene with just a scowl on his face? But Lightning as well. I mean, Lightning's expressions are like that exhausted look, or I'm going to fight something, or curiosity. Itro's Gate. What is Itro's Gate? Yeah, and I can only imagine. I think that what people don't realize is QuickTime events are an accessibility issue, because if you have a vision or dexterity impairment, that's a game over for you. Like, I don't think people back in the early 2000s realized how QuickTime events, while they seem nice on paper, pose such a significant accessibility issue with anyone that has a vision impairment or anyone with, like, dexterity impairments. I mean, go back to Dragon's Lair, or, you know, and I remember I had a problem, a friend of mine who was legally blind and could not play that game, even though he appreciated the animation, because he likes Don Bluth, but couldn't play that game. So we have Noel. And when I first played this cinematic, I thought that he was basically Sora from Kingdom Hearts, because he looks exactly like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And it's like, wait a minute, no! Are they merging Final Fantasy XIII with Kingdom Hearts?
And that brought you here, or am I wrong?
How did you know?
From Valhalla, I can see everything.
Yeah, I guess that I like the style of Neo, like, futuristic Viking land, like
Lightning.
Techno Vikings. But I just wish it were grafted on a design that was more respectful to her as a character, versus, like, using it as an opportunity to showcase her, like, to exploit the male gaze. Like, this is cool, but again, this goes on for far longer than it needs to. And then it's like, this is like the 4th or 5th time we fought Chaos Bahamut. Or it's basically the 2nd time. We get it. We understand the ATB system. Maybe it's time to introduce something else. Noel is literally...
He's testing us.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but in Final Fantasy XIII. And it just poses the same problem that I had with the original Final Fantasy XIII, is like, when you're doing these early gameplay sequences and you're just going with auto battle and it says focus bolt or benediction or like gravitron mines, you really don't understand what you're doing or what your attacks are. Like, I miss the days when it was like, just, you know, fire, Fire-Aga, Ruin-Aga, and just a couple of buffs, but already I feel like the proper nouns are up the wazoo. Umbral Vice. I don't know what he did when he used Umbral Vice. War Benediction apparently gives me a haste buff and heals me. Why can't they just say something that implies haste with some sort of restorative ability? Wait, what? No, it's not Noel? Then I'm gonna have to hear it 3 or 4 times before I pronounce it correctly.
Not today, you won't.
Uh-oh. There we go. Got him. Okay, and look, here we go. Rare drop 200%, item drop 200%. We have the star system from the previous game, but it's never very clear what actually the star rating system translates to. I don't know. Yep, didn't get anything because it's the start of the game. So that's... Whoa! What happened? Oh my god! This is funny. Oh no! The game crashed! Are you kidding me? Is the stream still live? Are we live? If I have to play Final Fantasy XIII-2's intro cutscene again, I am going to cry. Oh my god, the game literally crashed. What just happened? Are you... Well, that is never happened to me before. Give me a minute here. Because now Steam is not... I can't activate Steam. For some reason, Steam is not working for me. How we all doing, chat? Is there an issue with Steam? I was worried about this when it happened earlier this last week. It's not my online internet connection. Hey there. Hey, Steam. I'd really appreciate it if you would actually open. Wow. Steam is not even opening. Well, that's interesting. Hopefully it auto-saved that. Well. Kind of for a loss of words, because the last thing I want to do is have to replay that, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea what just happened because Steam is not even responding. I might have to do a hard reset. Well, now I'm kind of freaking out. Not sure what to do. Well, like literally Steam is not working. So I'm going to stop the stream. Sorry so much for the technical issues right now. We'll give it a second go. We're going to stop the stream. I'm going to restart my computer and hope that everything works. Fingers crossed. Sorry, everyone. I will stop the timer. So we did 30 minutes. So until I see ya, we'll count that.